Go. Let's go. Hey, what's happening, all my Dragonlings? I am the Dragon God of Gaming, Damian-Dragon, and welcome back to the gaming news, where we run down the list of all our rumors and news over the coming week, and I give it to you for your gaming pleasure. This week, we have stuff on the PlayStation 5. Of course, it hasn't been a gaming news over the past 3 months that has not been something about the PlayStation 5. I literally can't turn on my news without seeing the PlayStation 5. Good lord, by the time it releases, I am going to be so sick of the PlayStation 5, I'm going to go to the Xbox Series X. Which is kind of stupid. And also, we got a Twitch streamer who just does not know how to shut her fucking mouth. Anyway, yeah, we've already covered a Twitch streamer who does not know how to shut up, and we got another one today. So, let's get right into the news. What's first off? The PlayStation 5. What can be said about the PlayStation 5? Nothing really, because we barely know anything about it, but we did know some. We did figure out something, but I will get to that thing in a moment. This comes from Giz China, and it was written by Artashian. I am sorry if I butchered your name, sir. On March 15th, 2020. So this was written a couple days ago. So, well, 7 days ago, so last week. It says the Microsoft Xbox Series X and Sony PlayStation 5 will be postponed. Now, I don't know how true this is and how, how true this is, but take this with a grain of salt. Take every news story you hear with a grain of salt. I do, and I expect my viewers to do so as well. So, it says, WCC F-Tech reported that the latest news from the game industry research company DFC Intelligence shows that the supply chain problems caused by the growing epidemic may cause Microsoft's and Sony's next generation consoles to miss the 2020 Christmas holiday release. Simply put, the upcoming Microsoft Xbox Series X and Sony PlayStation 5 will be postponed. Of course, this is not official information. As I just said, please take this with a grain of salt. But there is every reason to think that game consoles will be announced later than planned. As DFC Intelligence claims, the outbreak may have a short-term impact on the delivery of Xbox Series X and Sony PlayStation 5. And it's likely that at least one of the two consoles will not be launched in 2020, even if they are released as scheduled. Supply will be limited. Also, the initial prices may be higher than expected. That's why I'm glad I'm postponing buying my own for about 2-3 months before I showed off. So next, but the thing is, that is taken with a grain of salt. For those of you that don't know, the growing coronavirus is taking a major hit. China is actually getting a lot more better. So, I don't know how relevant this information is. As you said, this is not official confirmation. It may not be, and it may just be put on a small hiatus. And probably, if anything, it will probably be released sooner rather than later. But that's just my thoughts exactly. I'm no gaming insider. If I had some gaming insight, believe me, you guys will know. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. As I said, I'm 100% real with my factual information. I see the news and I report it as such so that YouTube viewers such as yourselves will understand what the hell's going on. And if you want my take on everything as somebody who's played games for a very long time and has a small bit of business acumen, at least I can tell you one thing, or one thing only, that if something as good as the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, the new generation of consoles that's gonna make Sony and Microsoft so much cash, and for how many people talking about it and wanting to know more about it, it'll be kind of stupid to not release their consoles just because of an epidemic. I can understand why they would postpone it, because it's a global pandemic and needs to have the attention it deserves. So if you want my advice, I would say the best case scenario with them for them to be releasing small batches of them early to whoever has already pre-ordered their consoles, because obviously it'll be kind of stupid to have them start it and start their pre-orders and the date that they're given is false, and that's how some things go awry, and I don't think they want that. They'll lose out on money, and it'll be a whole bad thing around for their launches. So maybe they would like put it out early, or maybe they'll postpone it until afterwards, and then it could happen, but don't bet on it. Okay, next up for the PlayStation 5, and this was coming off the heels of the core specifications of the deep dive video that the PlayStation 5 has gone through, and I was watching that intently. I was sitting there watching that, and I was just like, this sounds... I had a gamergasm. I'm like, okay. But I want to give you, like, the full thing. So it reveals the full hardware specifications. This is from The Verge. Verge.com, and under that same headline, Sony reveals full PlayStation 5 hardware specifications. The console wars have begun, as the tagline, because they kind of, yeah. But I don't think no one's really having the console wars. The console wars are from Nintendo to Sega. And Nintendo has absolutely won on this one. But this article is from Chaim Gartenberg. And this was on March 18th, 2020. I believe this was the day after the video was released. But, again, my dating is not as accurate. So, here's what it says. After months of anticipation and drips of details, Sony has finally revealed the specifications and hardware details for the PlayStation 5, its next generation home console that's planned for release this holiday season. 'Tis the season to be shitty, blah 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 blah. The PS5 will feature a custom 8-core AMD Zen 2 CPU clocked at 3.5 GHz, variable frequencies, and a custom GPU based on an AMD's RDNA 2 architecture hardware that promises 10.28 teraflops and 36 compute units clocked at 2.23 gigahertz, variable frequency. It'll also have a 16 gigabyte of GDDR6 RAM and a custom 825 gigabyte SSD that Sony has previously promised will offer super fast loading time in gameplay. And that is going to be absolutely 100% sexy. Because I am tired of loading times. Seriously. I understand that some games need to load, but if this is what we are thinking it is, then loading screens are today will be a thing of the past. Like, you've gotten old when, well, you know what era, the loading screen has been killed off. So there you go. One of the biggest technical updates in PS5 was already announced last year. A switch to SSD storage for the console's main hard drive, which Sony says will result in dramatically faster load times. A previous demo showed Spider-Man loading levels in less than a second on the PS5 compared to the roughly 8 seconds it took on a PS4. SSD speed 2 gigabytes divided by 5 gigabytes. This is some of the math they were going off of. Divided by 5 gigabytes per second divided by 1.5 equals 0.27 seconds. PS4 HUD, that'll be 50-100 megabits, seek time 2 to 50 milliseconds, and load time 1 gigabyte and 20 seconds. For the PS5 SSD, this is the target, 5 gigabytes, well, at least. Seek time instantaneous, and load time 2 gigabytes and 0.27 seconds. So that is absolutely 100% faster. PlayStation hardware lead Mark Cerny dove into some of the details about those SSD goals at the announcement, where it took a PS4 around 20 seconds to load a single gigabyte of data. The goal with the PS5's SSD was to enable loading 5 gigabytes of data in a single second. The PS5 won't be just limited to that SSD, though. It'll have a support for USB hard drives too, but those slower expendable storage options are designed mostly for backwards compatible PS4 games. It'll also feature a previously announced 4K Blu-ray drive and will still support discs, but those games will still require installation to the internal SSD. The custom SSD inside uses a standard NVMe SSD, allowing for future upgrades, but you'll still need an SSD that can meet Sony's high-spec standards here, at least 5.5 gigabytes. So if you want to upgrade and get some more data, then, well, more hard drive and storage space. I'm stupid. Some more space on your storage drives, then you're gonna, if you want them to just be as fast as the PlayStation 5 can take, then you're gonna want to go up to 5.5 gigabytes. So, for a quick comparison, the recently revealed Xbox Series X, Microsoft's competing next-gen console, appears to beat out Sony's effort on raw numbers, despite the fact that both consoles are effectively based on the same AMD processor and graphics architectures. Microsoft's console, however, will offer an 8-core processor at 3.8 GHz, a GPU with 12 teraflops, and a 52 compute units, each clocked at 1.825 GHz, 16 gigabytes of GDDR6 RAM, and 1 terabyte of SSD, which is... And a major difference, though, Sony's CPU and GPU will be running at variable frequencies, where the frequency that the hardware runs at will vary based on CPU and GPU demand, allowing for, say, unused CPU power to be shifted to the GPU, allowing for Sony's higher maximum speed there. That does mean that eventually, when more demanding games do arrive in the coming years, the CPU and GPU won't always hit those 3.5 GHz and 2.23 GHz numbers. But Cerny tells Eurogamer that he expects downclocking to be minor when it does happen. Sony has already announced a fair amount of technical details about the PlayStation 5 over the past few months, and a trickle of smaller announcements. The company is already promising that the new hardware will add support for both 8K gaming as well as 4K gaming at 120 Hz. That is going to be some amazing graphics. Whoo! I need to get an 8K TV. How long is that going to take me? Roughly 2 months. Okay. I'm just thinking about that too. I'm like, I want to play in 8K, believe me. I'm already playing in 4K, but I want to play in 8K. That would be amazing. But I'm going to need my TV. I need a better TV. There's also a plan to add 3D audio for more immersive sound. I just thought about how beautiful that would be. Being surrounded on all sides by your game. Glorious. For more immersive sound, an optional low power consumption mode to save energy, and backwards compatibility with PS4 titles. So that is a thing. So excuse me. Well, what I just read off was all the specs that came out of the deep dive that PlayStation has released for the PlayStation 5, and it's gonna be one beautiful piece of architecture. And even this from Push.com is saying PS5 is one of the most revolutionary inspired consoles ever designed. And I'm not gonna be reading that off just for a certain reason, because this is already gonna be a very long episode anyway. And I still have one thing I need to get through today also, which is the Twitch streamer that doesn't know how to shut the hell up. So here's what I'm gonna do here, ladies and gentlemen. The PlayStation 5 is gonna be a revolutionary console regardless. These consoles are gonna be some of the biggest releases ever in gaming history. If you guys ever wanted to see like the next step into gaming history, then you're gonna want to pick up either a PlayStation 5, a a Xbox Series X, or if you are completely well off, which not all of you are, so well, I'm certainly not. So I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life. You can pick up both and just be part of gaming history. Because this is our first step as a gaming culture. This is gonna be our first steps into the future of gaming, and I'm glad that I'm helping to spread the word, and I'm glad to be one of the people talking about these months in advance, so that when the console is released and it's everything we have hoped for, I can say I covered the console. Alright, before I continue, I will be right back. I have to go to the bathroom, because if not, I will have some back audio I'm going to need to cut out. So, I will be right back. Okay, and I am back. Sorry about that. Anyway, we still have one more thing to cover today. So, let's get into this. So, everything can be up and ready for you guys at the time you guys normally see my videos at. So, let's get started into our last news thing of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Casey Tron. She is a Twitch streamer. I'm not really sure what the hell she does. I have no idea what the hell she does. But I believe she is a Twitch gamer, but I'm not very sure. But this article comes from PCGamer.com, and it was written by Fraser Brown and was published a day and a half ago. So take this however you want, but it says Twitch streamer Casey Tron has been suspended indefinitely over coronavirus comments. Why the hell do you have to make a comment? Okay, she breached the community guidelines by engaging in hateful conduct and threats of violence. Sweet Lord. Okay, let's get into the article, shall we? Okay, it says, popular Twitch streamer Casey Tron Cavaness. Don't say hateful comments if you want me to say your name correctly. Has been indefinitely suspended from the platform over a comment she made after she was asked if she would kiss someone who had the coronavirus disease, COVID-19. Casey Tron was chatting on a Raj Patel stream when she was asked the question. She joked that she would, and that she'd try to spread the coronavirus as much as possible. We would leave quarantine and we would try to spread it as much as possible because the world would be a better place without old or poor people. Okay, I'm sorry. Even I didn't didn't even read this before I started screenshotting. So what you trying to say? 200,000 or more than 8,000 people have died, but it was specifically the threats directed toward old and poor people. I want you guys to look at this face as I'm reading. I want you to look at her face while I'm reading this, just so you know the bigoted bullshit that came from this woman's mouth that seemed to have earned her the suspension. The joke was a breach of Twitch's community guidelines by engaging in hateful conduct and threats of violence against a person or a group of people. She shared the suspension on Twitter, adding that she doesn't condone hatred towards any person, and that was a poor reflection of her character. And this is her from her Twitter, at Casey Tron. She said, I've been indefinitely suspended because of an insensitive comment I made last week. I don't condone hatred towards any person, and it was a poor reflection of my character. I'm just trying to take this all in right now. I ask that my audience please remain calm and rational. Fuck off. Oh, and it did show, she shared the Twitch suspension. Hello, Casey Tron. Based on a review of your activity and content, we've issued a community guideline strike on your account. As a result, your access to Twitch services is restricted. Reason: engaging in hateful conduct and threats of violence against a person or group of people. Where the violation occurred on stream or VOD, content related to this violation may be removed. Suspension length indefinite. Trying to get around this restriction can result in a long suspension and may lead to us to reject any suspension appeals you may submit. Oh God! Twitch brought the bad hammer down on this woman. Temporary suspension can go up to 30 days, but with indefinite suspensions, and the only option to appeal it. In some cases, Twitch will suspend someone indefinitely with no opportunities to appeal the decision, but the wording of Casey Tron's suspension says that she'll be able to try and overturn it. This is why people have a problem, and this is why people have such anger toward the world. It's people like this. Now, I have no idea who Casey Tron is. Now, everyone can make their own assumptions. By what I've read, she may have just been joking. And to be honest, I can understand. But just the way you said that, it was not funny. It was very hurtful to a large subsection of people. I'm like, even I'm not middle class, so you guys can already take a guess at, my conditions. So, do I take this extremely offensively? Kind of, yeah. Because this is a woman who is most likely more well off than a lot of people, and deciding amongst herself that it would be funny to make a comment like that. Even though it may have been in a joking manner or a joking kind of manner, that is not really cool. That's not funny. And yeah, you should have been suspended. This is absolutely 100% what they should have done. Because if you don't act and you don't start doing something like this, this will be the catalyst to something that akin to what Logan Paul and Jake Paul have started doing. They started getting their stuff destroyed because they don't know how to shut the hell up, and this woman just still does not know how to shut the hell up. Like, this is kind of the comments, these are the kind of comments that does not help. Sweetheart, you may be completely well off, ladies and so let me extend an olive branch to Casey Tron. Casey, I don't know you, nor do you know me. You may never see this, nor you probably would ever see this channel. You're a Twitch streamer. I'm a YouTuber. I can understand why our worlds will never connect. So let me explain this to you right now. Do I think you were joking? Yes. Do I think you were actually serious about the comments? No. Do I think that you could have worded it a lot more better? Absolutely. Do I think that the Twitch ban was necessary? Absolutely. Because it shows that, at least they're trying to dumb down that kind of insensitive, hateful remarks. Even though I don't think that you have hatred toward anybody, nor do I think that you have any resentful feelings toward old people or poor people. But I do want to know why you thought that was a good idea to say. Especially that so many people have died based on this disease, and you thought it was a good idea to make a comment like that about it. Like, I've made a joke about coronavirus at one point, but I didn't say anything like this. And I believe it was in one of our recent Minecraft MM, which we did on the channel. But the thing was, we were actually taking that 100% seriously. And I didn't say anything that anybody should die. That's exactly why you got suspended. So, Casey, do I think... So, my verdict, for ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are wondering, what's my verdict? Do I think she's a hateful person? Probably not. Do I think that she said some very fucking stupid things? Absolutely. Do I think that a huge apology is necessary? Very much so. Because this was not right. There are a bunch of people dying, and you decided to make a comment like that. Way to go. This is why people ban the fuck out of people because you don't know what to say at what time. You could have waited until the entire pandemic is over, waited 6 months, and maybe people would have taken that as a joke. But it's still going on, and people are dying every single day. That is not something you say. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's about time we cut that before I start getting a ban hammer. So that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. From something revolutionary to somebody that had a less than a stellar performance. That is the gaming news for this week so far. If you guys want another newsworthy thing that comes out of here, let me say this, that I believe either on the Steam store or the Epic store, I'm not really sure, but I believe they released the Tomb Raider games, just to say stay indoor and have a little bit of fun. So if you want to play some Tomb Raider, go check out the Steam store or the Epic store and try to find those games. So, because I'm a huge Tomb Raider fan, so I'm going to be I'm going to be hunting them down too. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for listening. Hope everyone has had a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching the Gaming News. It's always been a pleasure. It always is a pleasure to have you guys here and have you along for the ride. I am the self-proclaimed gaming expert here on IC. So I'm actually very happy that they allowed me the time to do this. So, you guys have been great. You guys have been awesome. I love you guys to pieces and hope everyone is staying safe. So, to all my gamers out there, the console wars are upon us once more. Pick up your game pads and choose a side, I guess. Or if you're particularly well off, take both sides. Kind of like what half of Greece did. They took both sides. They just didn't know what the hell to pick. Either you're Sparta or you're Athens. PlayStation is Sparta, it's a powerhouse, and Xbox is Athens, because they're very smart. And they just both don't know when to quit. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to see anything that we're doing, go down to the description below. There's going to be all of our wonderful creators. My Twitch, 2E's Twitch, our YouTube channels as well. Chaos's YouTube channel and his Twitch. You also can find Yimmy Tortuga down there. You have Mega Man, Mr. Robot, and all of us. All of us are going to be having a lot of fun. Well, Tech Beasting, we all have a ton of fun here. So if you guys want to check out any of their channels or any one of us, if like a certain one of our creators, all the links will be in the description of each one of our videos. Go check them out because they're a bunch of really wild lads and I love them to pieces. So, you guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. I will see you next week for the gaming news. I should have some better news. I'm hoping that I get some more details on the PlayStation 5. I'll be scrounging around and seeing what I can find. So maybe I'll have something good for you next week. But if you guys want to check out some more stuff I'm doing, check back every Thursday where I'm playing Spider-Man. Go check it out. It's one hell of a series, and it's just starting to get good. Also, if you guys want to check out some stuff from me on my channel, today I'm in 2 hours time. Today on my channel, I'm going to be playing Overwatch and Fusion Fall. So come in and have a little bit of fun with me, and say the gaming news sent you. Anyway, hope everyone enjoyed today. But good gaming, happy hunting, and I'll see all you Dragonlings back inside the world of the gaming news. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time for some more Dame Dragon action. Peace.